Hello everybody, welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Once again, today we're doing a flight from Dublin and we're going over to Manchester, back in the United Kingdom, aboard Aer Lingus here today, flight 202. This scenery we're departing out of is by Orbix. This is the new Dublin scenery that was released. I didn't get a free copy of this one. I did purchase this myself. A big thanks to Thrustmaster for sponsoring this video with the Airbus TCA side stick and the throttle quadrant and add-ons you will see today. We are using default weather here today, so we have dynamic clouds and all that stuff, and then we have Pack X we're using for all the passenger safety briefing and all that stuff, and then we're using Pushback Express as well. The livery for Aer Lingus is provided by Klink's Megapack. You can check it out just by Googling it, and it will pop up.
We ask that larger electronic devices are stowed once we depart from the gate. Thank you and welcome aboard.
All right, just waiting for people to board the airplane and we can get on out of here. 163 passengers today. We're flying to a flight level of 210. 5,000 feet is in here. That's the transition altitude here in this area. So that's what we're going to use. We're on APU power. Everything's looking good upstairs. Looking at the flight plan itself, we're departing out of here on 28 and we are going to go all the way over to the east to Manchester. So depart out of 28, go out to Liffey. And then we've got, we're hopping on, I think it's the Q37. I forget which airway it is. Hop on an airway, head over, and then we do, I think it's the Bismarck 2 arrival. I'm not very familiar with a lot of the ones here in the UK, but that's what we're doing. Looks like they have a user intersection there. So it's all screwed up. That's cool. Gotta love it. We'll just vector ourselves. Looks like they have us go all the way over the airport, out, and then turn around and then come back. I don't know what that's about, but we're landing on ILS 23 right approach. Problem is I can't clear this VOR, which is on the field. That's what's creating the issue. So once we, that works out okay though. Once we get over Whiskey Alpha Lima, we'll just vector ourselves over to pick up the ILS 23 right approach. We've got 9.4 on board here, and that's all good to go. Flaps 1 departure. We have our trim setting in here. V speeds 126, VR 127, V2 131. So V1 is 126. Transition altitude's in there. All that's good to go. Flex at 1045. Not sure if Flex is working. We'll see. If not, we'll go with a Toga. Not a big deal. We don't pay for the fuel, and we don't care about the stress of the engines because it is a simulator. All right, fantastic. Let's do it. Flight directors are on. Let's go ahead and give a call there to ground and let them know we're going to be ready to go here shortly.
Cockpit to ground.
Go ahead, flight deck.
And we're going to go ahead.
We will be ready shortly.
Okay, I will hold.
We'll be ready shortly. Beacon light is on. They don't have a Irish accent, unfortunately. I tried on that one. All right, they're pushing the, well, the jetway should be leaving us here in a second. Let's see if that happens. Yep, there it goes. Sweet. We've got the beacon on. I'll turn our fuel pumps on.
Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome
there
aboard
we go.
Flight 202 with
Get our
to Manchester. Our flight time will be roughly 34 minutes.
34 minutes, you heard it from her right there.
Make sure that all devices are in airplane mode. And
all right, beacon's on. All that's good to go there. Let's go ahead and push on out of here.
Cockpit to ground.
All right, I changed it up.
We are ready for pushback and engine start.
All right,
Roger.
yes we are.
Release the parking brakes, please.
Parking brakes are released. You're clear to push.
Parking brakes released.
Pushing back.
Awesome. We're gonna push our, we want our nose facing to our left. We might have them push us straight back though.
You're cleared behind and you start your engine.
All right, we're clear to start our engines. Make sure the cockpit door is locked there. We're going to put this thing over into the start position.
Welcome on board and thank you for flying with Aer Lingus.
There we go. I did get an Aer Lingus flight safety demonstration.
Your crew are trained to deal with
I grabbed it off of YouTube and converted it to a WAV file.
Close attention now.
Yeah, straight back's good there. That's good right there.
Overhead lockers or placed well under the seat.
All right, let's go ahead and start engine number 2 first.
Advise you to keep your seatbelt securely fastened at all times. If you wish to sleep during this flight, fasten your seatbelt over your blanket, ensuring it is visible so we do not disturb you. Please now check that your seatbelt is securely fastened. If instructed by the cabin crew, adopt the following heads down position for maximum protection. Pull your seatbelt tight. Push forward the seat back in front of you. Put your feet together, flat on the floor, with your heels back as far as possible.
All right, we're going to go ahead and start engine number 1 next. Turn in 1.
Do not interlock. Floor level pathway lighting on both sides of the aisle will guide you to the exit in poor visibility. It is important to keep all exits clear of hand baggage for takeoff and for landing. The doors are opened by pulling the handle up. The door then opens out and forward. Escape slides will automatically deploy when the door is opened. If the slide fails to deploy, pull on the red handle to inflate it. Leave the aircraft by folding your arms across your chest and jumping onto the slide in a sitting position. In the unlikely event of landing on water,
All right, let's check the flight controls. Got left, neutral, right, neutral, forward, neutral, back, neutral. Left rudder is working, right rudder is working. Sweet. Let's get our trim set for 1.0 up. Right there is selected. This goes back to norm there. Overhead panel, clean it up. APU bleed comes off. Master switch for the APUs off. And that looks good there. Max auto brake. And we'll pull up our speed brake here, so that's good to go. We are ready to taxi. Go ahead and put the taxi light on and runway turn off on. We're not using the Microsoft default ATC today, so we are good to go. Release the parking brake, and let's taxi over to 28.
We're now preparing for takeoff, so once again, please ensure that your seatbelt is securely fastened, your seat back is in the upright position, your tabletop is stowed, and your window blind is in the open position. Thank you for your attention. We hope you enjoy your flight.
All right, cabin crew, we're gonna go let them know. Ready to go there. Takeoff config is good to go there. Flight control page can be turned off. Let's get our weather radar on. Predicted wind shear is on. We're gonna hold short here at 28, and we're gonna be ready to go here shortly. Get these lane lights on, and get our strobe lights on, and the wing lights on. There we go. All right, we'll take the runway, and we're ready to get out of here. Lining up here on 28 left. Enjoy the departure, everybody. Not sure if flex is going to work. We're going to find out here very shortly. Bring them on up. Let them stabilize. 5 degrees down on the pitch. That's good there. And we're going to go to Toga. Yep, Toga. Flex did not kick in at all. Not sure why it's been doing that lately. But thrust is set. So we got SRS runway nav. Auto thrust is blue. Airspeed is alive. Be neutral at 100 knots. Ooh, there's that wind. Ooh. V1 and rotate. There we go. Positive rate. Gear up. There's a lot of rain right there in front of us. A lot of rain indeed. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make, well, it's all purple there. I'm gonna make a left turn and go around that way instead. I think that might be better. All right. Levers to climb. Not speed, we want to climb. Nope. I want climb. There we go. We'll start our left turn now. Bring our flaps up. Do a nice tight turn to the left here to get around this weather. That works for me. We didn't get the clocks on. That's what we didn't do. Oops. I knew I was forgetting something. I knew. Really trying to get around this bad stuff that might be right there. A little bouncy right there. Figured it would be, but that's okay. Airplane's holding 250 knots quite nicely, actually. Well, there's the break out through those clouds. That was awesome. Nose up a little bit more. There we go. Beautiful departure out of Dublin today. Dublin. All right. Watching speed. We have our pitch isn't too bad right now. It needs to be a little higher than that. This is the latest version of the dev build. I haven't flown this version yet, so we're just going off of what we normally do. Let's climb and maintain our flight level 210 today. There we go. Get on in there. Still showing climb. We're good. Roll off right here. We're going to get around this big, huge column in front of us. That looks like that'd be a lot of turbulence if we hit that. So we're going to be nice to our passengers here. We're 95% satisfied so far. And we need to be on standard pressure there. Oh, come on. Standard pressure. There we go. That is selected. Wonderful. We'll fly out to this line here. Air temperature's right at 10, so I'm going to turn my engine anti-ice on just to be safer right now. We're going to start our little right turn here. There we go. As we're climbing up towards 8,500 feet now and moving on to flight level 210. We have a constraint for 170 nearby. That's all right. We'll just give ourselves a nice unrestricted climb because we're not dealing with the default ATC today. How about dem apples? All right, we're almost here to 10,000 feet. And we don't need to hand fly really after that. We'll be good on it. There's 10,000 right there. Lane lights come off. And off on that guy. Wing light comes off. That comes off. We're good there. Fantastic stuff.
Find out more information.
We are hitting some major turbulence right now, and severe ice is detected. We've got everything anti-ice on as much as we possibly can right now. So that's all working out okay. It's just a lot of ice we're picking up through here. As it's now +2 Celsius, but it was around 10, and I was, keeping an eye on that. Engine anti-ice made sense, so we turned that on, but we're just turning everything on. We're going to leave it on for a little while. It looks like they got the icing working back on this airplane because I think it was not working the last few versions. So that's pretty cool. And we're getting through the bumps right now, so not too shabby of a departure. There is our flight plan. So we're listening, we're going to get out of this stuff, and it's going to be a lot better weather once we get into the United Kingdom today. So yeah, we do have an altitude constraint here, 17,000 feet at Liffey. That's what's going on here. So once we clear that altitude constraint, we'll continue on up to 210. We're still in the soup, and let's talk about what de-icing is. So basically, before the airplane would depart the airport, they would put a bunch of glycol de-icing fluid all over the airplane, and that would prevent the icing that you're seeing build up on the outside of the airplane. It's very unrealistic to see an airliner getting severe icing in this way. We're keeping the anti-ice on still right now just to be safe, but it would not build up like that because you would never want the airplane to get in a situation where it could, because the ice buildup on the wings is going to disrupt the lift, and it's bad, really bad. So it's just a visual thing you're seeing here. It's not hurting our flight performance at all. We're doing everything we can on our end. It's just a visual thing, so that is not a problem. But One thing I would love to see Microsoft do, since they brought icing into the world of this sim, I would love to see a de-icing option, a de-icing truck. We need the option to get de-icing fluid on the airplane so we don't deal with this kind of stuff like you would in the real world, where it wouldn't be a problem like this. All right, short flight today, so we're already going to begin our descent down to 10,000 feet. And we're going to babysit the airplane while we do this, and we'll throw some information in there as it wants the destination data. Short flight, so that's okay with me. Let's go ahead and get it down to 10,000 feet on this guy. Roll it, roll it, roll it. And then we're going to do the guy there, and then go boom, and then we'll get it into a nice vertical speed mode here. We'll start our way down about 1,800 feet per minute. That looks good to me. Keeping that seatbelt sign on and the anti-ice on as well. I'm not trusting that just yet. Let's get some information for Manchester. QNH at Manchester is going to be 1008, so we'll put 2976 in here, so it's happy. Because I don't think hectopascals, it still doesn't work. Temperature is 11. There we go. Winds there are 190 at 10. Nice crosswind landing. Transition altitude, we'll put at 5,000. It depends on where you're at in the UK. It could be 5, it could be 3, it could be 6. Let's put 5 in there, and we'll be happy with that. 200 on our decision height for the ILS 23 right approach. Be approach 130. We'll shoot this right around 135 to 140 today. Double checking the radio nav frequencies here, and I double checked the chart. It is 5,000 feet for the transition altitude there, so that works out great. And 1095 is indeed the frequency. All right, speed is going to go now to 250, so we can babysit this a little bit here. Make sure the airplane doesn't speed. And we'll hit enter on that guy. That works for me. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and pull some speed brakes out, of course. And right now, we're still going to continue down to there. They're saying we're continuing our final descent. That's the airport right off our nose there. So let's descend and maintain. Well, we're going to slow down first, but then we're going to go down to 5,000 feet, ever so slightly. And now we're going to go to a heading mode, and we're going to vector ourselves. So we'll go heading right about 075. One more there. There we go. And we're about to go back into the clouds again, so let's get our anti-ice all back on once again. We're going to ding them and let them know. We don't have to ding them yet. We're at 10,000 now. 250 looking good. On down to 5,000 feet we go. So we'll just continue our descent now. About right there is good. And remember, we're going to hit that guy, so it's an open descent, and then go into this mode. Vertical speed mode, vertical speed mode. Come on. Let me have my vertical speed. Thank you very much. I'll descend about 1,500 feet per minute and keep those speed brakes out on our descent into the soup once again. And we're going to go out here and then grab the ILS for 23 right. So LS system comes on. That is all good to go. We'll be low auto brakes. Plenty of runway for us to use. Right turn heading 090, going to maintain about 230 knots, looking good here. And we see the glide slope is actually working, but we're on the other side of the airport right now, so we need to come out here and then vector ourselves for the ILS from there. We can descend down to 3,500 now, so let's go ahead and do that. We'll take our time doing it. No need to rush. Kind of breaking in and out of the clouds still. Very cool looking. I'll hit enter on that guy, and then we'll go down to you, hit you, vertical speed mode, and we'll descend about 1,000 feet per minute on that. So let's go ahead and go out of standard pressure now. We're below 5,000 feet. It was 1008. There we go. That is good to go. And we're going to get closer to this, and then we're going to be on that path we need to be to intercept the ILS. So that's working out just fine. Go to 10 miles radius on that one. Yeah, lots of clouds and icing and everything else on this flight. It's been very, very interesting, but that's aviation, man. It always keeps you on your toes. That's what I love about it. I love the challenge that it throws you. Almost 3,500 now. We can go ahead and keep that heading going this way now. We'll go about a heading of a 125. And we're going to hold right there. We're going to slow down to 210 knots here. That works for me. Make sure it's selected. And it is. That's looking great. Holding 3,500. Right turn 240 on that. We're going to slow down to 190 on the speed. There we go. And we're going to go ahead and arm the approach here in a second. As the glide slope is starting to come to life here. Actually, might go to 245 on that heading so we can get a nice intercept. There we go. And approach is selected on that guy. We got the localizer. Wonderful. Just waiting to grab the glide slope, slowing down, and go flaps 1, speed checks for flaps 1. That's good there. We got 2,500. At 2,000, we're going to slow down to our V approach, and we're also going to go flaps 2 and gear down. Flaps 2, gear down. There we go. Airplane's tracking just fine here right now. We are looking good. 9 miles to the runway. This guy goes to takeoff and runway turn off on you. And checking outside air temperature, we're looking good here. We can shut off our engine anti-ice and wing anti-ice. And we can just concentrate on landing the airplane right now. And next to nothing conditions. Which I'm fine with. That is how she goes. So down to about 140 now. There we go. 140 on the speed there. That's looking good. And speed's going to check for flaps 3. Flaps 3 coming in. We're going to be right at full, so we'll go flaps full. We're looking 7.5 miles to the runway. And there's that crosswind from the left there. A little bit different than what we saw in the METAR. METAR was showing about 180, so it looks like it's moved over a little bit to 205. And it's at 40 knots right now, but it will get better. We do know that. We hope it will. All right, 140's actually not bad. With this wind being around, it's probably gonna be around 10 knots on the surface. We'll shoot it at 140 instead of 135, so that's gonna be 10 above the approach there. Cabin, let them know they need to be seated for landing. We're just waiting to break out here is all we're waiting on. And cabin is ready, sweet. A proper ILS approach today. We'll see how far off we are. I haven't been into Manchester yet, my first time. I've never flown out of Dublin. I've been to Dublin in real life. When I went to Barcelona, we flew through there. We start to see the ground a little bit there, starting to break out through the clouds. Ever so slightly. Ever so slightly. And I still don't have the runway yet. 5 miles out. That's fine with me. All right, so flaps are down. They're full. Cat 3 single, there we are right there. Glide slope and localizer looks good. There's the runway right there. Auto brakes are low. That looks good there. Landing gear is down, 3 green. We are clear to land. Make sure everything upstairs is good to go as well, and it is. Wonderful. All right, so now that we have the runway, my airplane. And we just fly it normally now. Beautiful approach coming into Manchester today, man. It's garbage weather, but it's beautiful when you break out and you just see like a whole new place. little high on the approach, but we're visual now. We don't have to really worry about following the glide slope too much. As long as we have their 2 red and 2 white, we're all right here. They want the cabin to be checked again. Okay. It said they were ready, and now they're going to be ready. That works for me. Passengers are 95% satisfied on this flight, so we're happy with our performance so far. Let's not screw it up in the landing, right? The wing dip bug is still there and prominent, but if you just have your wings level when you come across the threshold, you'll be good. You will. So the next flight, I think what we're going to do is we're going to go back over to the U.S. and we're going to do some winter flying because we haven't done any snow flying yet. And there's snow in the game, but it's not dynamic weather. It's a preset you have to turn on.
100 above.
Looking good here.
Minimum.
Landing. Keep those wings level here. Be A-okay.
100. 50. 40.
Go ahead and pull the power back.
20. 10.
Come on, baby. Don't float on us too much here.
5.
There we go. Reverser's coming out. Nose wheels down. We're in decel. Yeah, she floated quite a bit there. That's all right. Clear him at 70. Take the high-speed exit right here on the right. That works for me. Well, we're not going to make that one. We'll make the next one. I thought we would, but nope. That's okay. Not a big deal. Welcome to Manchester. Never been here before. But way down here. They said something about...
Gentlemen, welcome to Manchester. The local time is 12:56 p.m. and it's currently about 10 degrees Celsius.
There you go.
Now use your mobile devices. Please
Bring up
remain
our
seated
flaps.
until the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the seatbelt sign is turned off. Remember to use caution when opening the overhead bins as items may have...
Use caution, yep. Master switch of the APU comes on. Landing lights are off. Strobe light is off. Taxi light there. Right turn here. And there we go. Just like that, folks. Okay, we're parking right up here on the right-hand side in here. The second one, actually, is where we're going to be going. APU and all that's good to go, so let's go ahead and turn our nose taxi light off. All that's off there. Wing light can come off as well. Almost forgot about that one. And we will go ahead and taxi into the ramp here. Not this one, but we'll go to the next one right over there. That works for me. Right at the gate, parking brake comes on. We can kill the engines, and overhead panel beacon light is off. We're on the APU power now. Seatbelt signs off. Everybody can get off the airplane. We're gonna have the jetway coming out to meet us here very shortly. If they will wake up and do what they should do. I don't know what they're doing. You guys gonna come out here or no? Not gonna do it? Sometimes it takes a minute, but that's okay. What a fun flight that was from Dublin over to Manchester here with Aer Lingus. Let me know what you thought of the flight in the comments below, and I will see you all next time. Take care. Hello, everybody. It's Jeff. Just want to let you guys know that merch is available if you check out the link in the description below, and there should be some images you can click on below the video as well. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support. I do appreciate it.